Hey guys, it's me, the dude who talks, and welcome to today's video. And yes, I no longer have long hair. Don't worry, I'm not planning on selling out or anything like that. Anywho, last week I went to a couple of gigs. One of them was Deaf and Vanilla. I'll admit that it was kind of on a whim. I really like the name Deaf and Vanilla, and I've only heard a couple of songs by them prior. So, with that, should I have gone or should I have just stayed at home instead? Well, let's watch this video and find out. So, for those who don't know, Deaf and Vanilla are a trio from Malmo in Sweden. They were formed in 2007 by the vocalist Marlene Nilsson and Anders Hansen, and also Magnus Bodin. Some really cool names there. They've released 5 albums so far, the most recent being Are You a Dreamer? Now, if I was to describe the sound, it would be take Beach House and replace most of the guitars with vintage, electronic equipment like Mellotron, Moogs. Keep one of the guitars, get rid of the drums, and just have the dreamy vocals. You kind of get that. Yeah, kind of like a psychedelic dream pop feel, but electronically driven in a way. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about how they sounded on their night. So, opening up for Deaf and Vanilla was a Manchester-based solo artist performing under the name Ecru. Really hope I got that right. Now, at first I thought this was just going to be one person doing some electronic work on a computer or just some vocals, but no, it was actually a full band. And yeah, definitely one thing I could take away from the set was how brilliant her vocals were. I just thought they were on another level. Very dreamy, very ethereal sounding, and also the music and the songs were really enjoyable. I got a lot of Spaceman 3 vibes and also Cocktail Twins vibes as well, and I felt their music would have fit right in with Twin Peaks, like in the RR, in the bar, like in the new series where they had the latest actually, where they had the band performing at the end of the episode. I think they would have fit in well with that. Anywho, I really enjoyed it, and I wish I bought something of theirs from the merch if they had any. Anywho, awesome. Deaf and Vanilla. They wasted absolutely no time in setting up, and once they finished setting up, they were ready to immediately start. And they kicked things off with a Florentine Iris off the latest album, Are You a Dreamer? So, on this stage, they brought with them a Mellotron, a Moog, a massive analog synth, I want to say. It looked big. And also they had guitar as well. And with that, they helped create some really lush soundscapes. And the sound mix was really good, so you could definitely hear it all. It was really well included. And also, the soundscapes being very dreamy was helped with Marlene's vocals as well. Now, with what I'm describing, you might think this is perfect music to fall asleep to, and it might be silly to go watch them live because you might fall asleep. But they did incorporate a lot of psychedelic elements in some of their songs as well to keep things going and keep things energetic as well, and that made it even more interesting. So, am I a fan of Deaf and Vanilla, having mentioned that I haven't heard anything by him prior? Well, that's definitely true. I have been listening to him a lot on Spotify lately. And yeah, I really enjoyed the set, and they seemed absolutely lovely when they were talking to the audience as well. They just seemed so nice. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I only bought one thing, and it was this, Vampire by Deaf and Vanilla, which they scored at a film festival on Halloween. The film obviously is called Vampire, and it was filmed in 1932, and they scored the soundtrack to it live. So that definitely to me was really interesting, and I wanted to get this because prior to my research and listening to Death and Vanilla, I haven't actually listened to this album before, so I figured I'd get this on vinyl. Also, I got a free CD by them as well, which is the Outer Limits, which is a collection of artists on Fire Records, which is what Death and Vanilla are on. And afterwards, I felt, oh, he seems such a cool guy, and it was one of the guys from Death and Vanilla who served me. So I did an awkward same handshake like this, what I'm doing right now. It was pretty awkward, but kind of adorable in a way. Yeah, that was... Oh, there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the Death and Vanilla gig that happened last week at the Soup Kitchen in Manchester. Were you there? Please let me know what you thought about the gig and what you thought about Death and Vanilla, or what you thought about Ecru down below in the comments, or did I pronounce Ecru right? Let's hope so. Anywho, if you like this video, please consider giving this video a like, or if you want to stretch it a bit further, maybe consider subscribing, or if it's not too much to ask, consider sharing this video to your mates if you want to have a laugh at me pronouncing things wrong and all that kind of shit. Please do. So, all I've got left to say to you guys is I've been the dude who talks, and cheers. Alright, cheers for watching. Still here. Alright, well, the video's ended, but while you're still here, I'll just let you know there's videos to the left and right of me. So, yeah, get watching if you want. Talk about cool shit like music and live stuff where I go to gigs, talk about Vinyl Hall and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah,